Nobody is safe with Deion Sanders on the recruiting trail. Your five-star commit, you think you got him ready to roll for signing day. Just put pen to paper, my guy, you'll be on our team. Well, hang on. Keep an eye, because Deion Sanders is out and about on the recruiting trail. That top roster that you got there with a lot of five stars on it and guys already set to roll, maybe think about in the transfer portal, maybe they're not. Keep an eye on it. Because as soon as they do hit the portal, as soon as they do decide, hey, maybe we do want to look around with Deion Sanders now at Colorado, I'm just saying, at that point, all bets are off. And why is Deion Sanders just absolutely crushing it in the talent acquisition department? And why will he continue to crush it at Colorado? And why, like I said, nobody is safe with him as the new head coach of Colorado? Well, the first thing is, if history's our teacher, we've seen him do this before. Think back, about a year ago and some change, Travis Hunter, he's locked in, right? Number one player in the country. He's about to put pen to paper, be a Florida State Seminole. And guess what happens on signing day? Deion Sanders, like he's hanging out at the grill, takes a spatula, flip. Deion Sanders gets Travis Hunter to sign with Jackson State on signing day. I would not be surprised in the slightest if we're sitting here on National Signing Day and Deion Sanders does the exact same thing. He had 20-plus transfers in 2022 that decided they wanted to go and play for him at Jackson State. A lot of those guys from the Power 5 level. So you know what? I want to go be a part of what he's building down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Here's why he's more dangerous. Because if you, for whatever reason, were skeptical about going and joining Deion Sanders as a high-profile guy, I promise you, one of the concerns you had was, hey, it's the FCS level. I love what he's doing. I love Deion Sanders. But for me, I want to play at my Power 5 school. I want to be able to have all the resources that this school offers me. And, you know, to be frank, I don't want to go to the FCS level. That's fine. More power to you. But what's your excuse now? Because Colorado's in the Pac-12. Exposure, no shortage of that. Come be a part of what he's doing at Power 5 level. That's now something that I think is going to make him even more dangerous. There is one less excuse that high-profile guys now have with Deion Sanders as the new head coach of a Pac-12 program in Colorado. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we would love to have you at the party. We're live on Tuesdays, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. We're live on Thursdays, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Come make sure you're locked in and loaded with us. We hit the live chat, have a lot of interaction. It's a football community. We've had a ton of you Colorado/Deion Sanders faithful come and join us in the last couple of weeks. No time like the present. If you haven't, jump on in. The water's fine. Also, make sure you're following me on the socials at JD Pakel on Instagram and on Twitter. Content there we don't do here, interaction that we do there that we can incorporate into this show. Roll Party Roll. Here's the thing that I don't know that people are accounting for enough with Deion Sanders. He's been where a lot of these kids want to go. And so when you can come and sit in a kid's living room and say, hey, what are your long-term goals and aspirations? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I promise you, a lot of these 4- and 5-star kids say, you know what? I want to be in the NFL. I want to make millions of dollars and play for one of those 32 teams. If I'm another head coach, I say, absolutely, we've had guys go and do that. We can help you get there. Think about how different that conversation is if you're Deion Sanders and saying, yeah, I know. I once was you. I know what that's like. I know what that feeling is to aspire to get to the NFL. And then for Deion Sanders to have done it himself, I think that totally shifts the conversation for these kids. I truly do. And so to have the roadmap, that's a dangerous tool for everybody else. It's one thing to help a kid get there and to have helped multiple kids get there. That's great. I'm not underselling that. But to have been there yourself and to have been arguably one of the best players in NFL history and to say, I want you to come to my school and I can help you do that. I can show you how I did it and you can do it too. That's a very, very strong recruiting tool. I'm telling you right now, if I were sitting down with Deion Sanders in my living room, that would be something that I would be extremely intrigued by. That's such a differentiating factor. Not a ton of NFL Hall of Famers walking around coaching Power 5 football teams. Deion Sanders, that's a huge, huge ace that they now have up their sleeve. Another thing I want to make sure we say, I think we undersell the cool factor that Deion Sanders brings to the table, which is funny to say because a lot of people talk about his charisma and the way that he beats to his own drum and the way that he does things. But still, I think we undersell it. Let me put it to you like this. In the year 2022, Tesla outsold BMW. Why is that? BMW's the classic. BMW's been around longer. BMW arguably has a more recognizable brand, but people like to be a part of the new cool thing, like to blaze their own trail. They like what Tesla stands for. You can go to Georgia, you can go to Alabama, you can go to Ohio State. That's great. That's the BMW. There's nothing wrong with that. Probably less risk. But think about the story you tell. Think about going to Colorado and blazing your own trail and being a part of the up-and-coming school, the first chapter of that book. If I'm an 18-year-old, that's exciting to me where I'm playing my college football. And oh, by the way, the guy steering the whole operation is the NFL Hall of Famer. I'm just saying, the cool factor and the fact that he has the roadmap that he's charted himself and done himself to get to the NFL and be one of the greats, there's not a lot of coaches that can make that pitch. So I think that's kind of dangerous. Here's the last thing I want to say. Deion is going to continue to be more dangerous as the years go on. He's dangerous right now on the recruiting trail because of reasons I already mentioned, but just imagine if they start winning. Imagine if he gets proof of concept at the Power 5 level. The excuse was he's at the FCS level. I don't know if I want to join him. Okay, got it. He's at the FBS level. He's at the FBS level, but Colorado hasn't really won in a long time. They were 1-11 last year. I don't know if I want to be a part of that. I'm just going to shoot for the stars here. Let's say Deion gets all the right guys in, put it together in year one. They win 8 or 9 games. I understand that's lofty for a program that won 1 game a season ago. I hear you on that. If there's pushback, that's fine. But what if it happens? What if they get to being in the upper to middle tier of the Pac-12? Then what's the excuse? Then what's the excuse if you're a Power 5, high caliber kind of kid? I'm just telling you, if he gets proof of concept at the Power 5 level this time next year, Colorado's going to be extremely dangerous. They'll have one of the top recruiting classes in the country. They'll have one of the top portal classes in the country. And here's the thing. I think they will still have one of the top portal classes in the country this year when it's all said and done. So for Deion Sanders, if history is our teacher, nobody is safe on signing day, and he's going to absolutely kill it in the portal. He's been where the kids want to go. Colorado and Deion Sanders are Tesla. BMW is still great, but guess what? Tesla's what's hot right now. And what's hot right now is all that matters in the present. If he gets proof of concept, it's going to be a wrap for a lot of folks around the country that have to play Colorado. So make sure you keep it locked right here. This is your home for everything college football content, everything Coach Prime content. We got you covered on the On3 YouTube channel, on the Hard Count. Again, we are live Tuesday, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, tomorrow, as we are every Thursday, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Hit the live chat, come hang out with us. We'll have a good time. This is a community. It's a channel, it's a show, yes. The Hard Counts. This is a community that we have, and we're grateful to have you a part of it. Nick Brake, Lifting Heavy. This is your show. We're going to keep the party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.